Woody Jack Dumpson, check it out, because unless you've been hiding in a maximum security prison, probably the same one that El Chapo was locked in, okay? And even in there, they knew this stimulus package was OTW on the way. Now, that's the reason, by the way, that El Chapo got out. I mean, he said, I gotta finna get back to the streets because Dirty Sprite 2 is coming. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now, even a flexible nigga like Jaden Smith could appreciate and turn up to something like a Dirty Sprite 2, but Future, he has actually dropped his long-awaited project and it's out everywhere now. Now, it's Future Vandross. You guys know what I say, man. Listen, he's a very interesting story in hip-hop, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we all know he came onto the scene, Racks on Racks. People said it wasn't his hit. He then came out with other tracks. Tony Montana got Drake. Whole bunch of saga. Basically, he became his own artist. Now, Future Vandross, as I dubbed him, right? He kind of took the bait that a lot of hot rappers usually take and fuck up their careers. They fall victim to getting with a ice cold R&B singer. Now, I could tell you, man, the image, the allure, the lust shit. I mean, I used to love Ciara, so Future probably was whacking off to Ciara before he got famous. So when he got a chance to get with her, even if it meant to jeopardize him being hot at the moment, he said, fuck it, I gotta get with her. Now, listen, Ciara was dope back in the day. I don't want to make it like I'm bashing her because the song Promise she had, I felt like she said my name. Okay, now, these days she's making elevator music. I mean, she's making songs that are only good to be in goddamn Zumba fitness mix tracks. But anyway, ain't shit popping with her, okay? But Future Vandross snapped out of it, tossed Ciara into the bushes, then got back to the music, got back to the trap. He gave us Monster, Beast Mode, 56 Nights, literally March Madness, Trap Niggas, Fuck Up Them Commas, 56 Nights. Jesus Christ, they have been anthems for many adult boys, trap lords, codeine fiends, and straight up suburban white girls who are off the goddamn molly. Now, with this album, Dirty Sprite 2 dropping, people are actually very interested. Now, his buzz has never been as big because he's back to the streets. Now, here's the thing, because we get the Future hype that they say they're now a thing. Future, apparently a bunch of people who are in the congregation of Future Vandross. Okay, now his album Dirty Sprite 2, it dropped. Okay, it only had one feature, of course, that was Drake, and it was a good mix. It wasn't a Drake feature and Drake track. It was actually a good mix between Future and also Drake. But now, it's being projected after the first day of sales, and let me explain real quick because I know a lot of people probably didn't get the memo. Albums used to be released on Tuesday. Nowadays, going forward, it happened right after Meek drop. It will be forever dropped on Friday, or that would be like the first big day, okay? People are going to start changing their album days to get released on a Friday for a lot of reasons. People get paid on Friday. The other countries in the world recognize Friday, so the U.S. finally got on board with Friday. Now, he dropped it on Friday, and after a day of sales, we are getting a projection of what his first full week would be. And this is a well-calculated projection by the guys over at Hits Daily Double, and they project him to do 70 to 75,000 records sold the first week with Dirty Sprite. I'm talking about Future Vandross. Now, my official prediction, and I made it off the records because I didn't have a video talking about this particular album before it dropped, is that he'll do between 115 and 135. So between 115,000 and 135,000. I mean, let me tell you this. Streaming always affects these numbers because it's becoming more and more of commonplace that it's hard to predict these numbers nowadays, okay? Because you got to look at not only what he'll actually move in the stores, what he'll move digitally, but also what will be moved through streaming sales, okay? And that kind of comes in at a different number. Remember, Meek, he did 214, then you add on the streaming, he did 246. So it equals a bunch of stuff. And the way how we analyze buzz, right? Because I've always tell people, I'm like, listen, when we talk about album quality, and if you're wondering, I'm gonna review the album, but we're gonna take a while. Let's see how the first week sales come out completely first. We're talking about projections now. When it comes out completely, we'll talk about the quality, okay? And you gotta give it some time to sit. Come on, let's not rush with saying it's classic or it's trash. Give it a little while to sit, please. But with Future, we finally get to realize that, okay, all these trap niggas that claim they support Future and all the Future hive, are you guys actually buying albums, or you guys just with the social media gimmicks and all type of antics and doing photoshops? Are you niggas gonna buy the album? Are you gonna support it? Are you really loving the music that you claim you do because you're part of this Future hive? And yes, you've been really heralding Beast Mode and 56 Nights and even Monster, but you got to really bring it. So get in the comment box what you guys think about this. He's expected to sell about 70 to 75,000. I think that's a low ball number. I'm not sure how streaming sales would affect that. I think he's going to jump it up to above 100,000 records first week. But I will say this, with the amount of buzz that people have said, there's a lot of articles on the web saying Future is the hottest rapper since they're saying he's the hottest in hip hop, period. Okay? Now, I think he's very hot, but the way people have been saying, he should be selling like Meek. Meek did 250, okay? Now, will Future Vandross do over 200? Right now, he's not projected to do over 100. That's the problem. So we'll see, man. Get in the comment box. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it's low sales for what you're expecting the buzz for Dirty Sprite 2 to be? A lot of people were saying, man, this guy is like his buzz is comparable. Maybe not Drake, but definitely bigger than Meek Mill. Meek Mill might have doubled his sales, but we're early, just a couple days into the week of his first week for Dirty Sprite 2. El Chapo probably bumping this shit right now. In the comment box, make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. It's your boy DJ Akademiks, the Negotiator. I'm out.